A minor incident in a bank lobby brought back a tragedy that had changed a young man's life 30 years earlier. When an elderly janitor in a worn-out vest slipped and fell, that moment forced the past wounds and present truth to collide head-on. When the elderly janitor slipped on the lobby floor, branch manager Park kicked over his bucket and humiliated him. Customers murmured in discomfort, yet no one stopped it. The old man stood up, clothes soaked, without receiving even a single apology. But no one knew the truth. This janitor was actually Kang Dong-hoon, a financial tycoon with 10 trillion in assets who had come to acquire this very bank. Dong-hoon was reminded of the scene that happened in the same place 30 years ago, when his mother was insulted and lost her life. She had been the head janitor, but a VIP customer forced her to kneel and apologize for a spilled coffee. She didn't cause, even slapping her across the face. The employees looked away, and in that humiliation, she collapsed and never rose again. From that moment, Dong-hoon vowed to overturn the world with the power of money, and eventually became an untouchable figure in finance. Years later, when his son said he wanted to marry a woman who worked at this bank, Dong-hoon decided to test her character himself. He disguised himself as a janitor and joined the branch. On his first day, he was humiliated by the branch manager. But one employee, Ji-yoon, was different. She picked up the fallen rag and said, "It's not your fault, sir." And when water spilled, she cared for Dong-hoon before even checking her own drenched clothes. To test her further, Dong-hoon planted a 5 million won check in the VIP bathroom. Branch manager Park took it immediately, pocketing it without hesitation. But Ji-yoon found a mere 50,000 won bill on the floor and reported it as lost property. That night, Dong-hoon overheard the branch manager trying to force Ji-yoon to help him steal tens of billions of won from dormant accounts. Ji-yoon firmly refused, saying, "I can't." The next day, the lobby was buzzing with news that the bank had been acquired by Dong-hoon's company. Still disguised, he cleaned the floor quietly. Then a VIP woman brushed past and demanded that Dong-hoon be punished. Branch manager Park ordered him to kneel. Memories of his mother's humiliation flooded back, and his legs trembled. As he began to kneel, Ji-yoon rushed forward, placing her hand under his knee and kneeling in his place. The branch manager threatened her, but she didn't step back. At that moment, the screens in the lobby suddenly displayed CCTV footage Park stealing the 5 million won check and manipulating dormant accounts. Customers and employees were stunned. Ji-yoon had done what no one did for his mother 30 years ago, and she answered that true character is shown in how we treat the powerless.